Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. Today we are at the Sister Bay Historical Society's museum. I wish we could have got a little shot coming in the door because this is one of the coolest buildings in Sister Bay. If you've never been here, you should come. And getting on with that, I'm here today with Pipka Ulvilden, who is going to talk about the Christkindlmarkt. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Hi, Pipka.
Hi, Annika. It's great to see you today.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind Jolene sitting here begging at the table when we have no food.
I love a dog adds atmosphere. Perfect.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Christkindlmarkt, and unfortunately, I was not here last year during the Christkindlmarkt, so I'm going to let you kind of tell us about it. And first of all, why did you choose this spot?
Oh, that's a good question. I think because it's just so charming and we have all these wonderful historical buildings that are perfect for a venue for a Christkindlmarkt. And we have like a tent when we have the Christkindlmarkt, and it just adds to the atmosphere. The market is a very, very, very old Christkindlmarkt worldwide. And so for us to have it on historical property is really wonderful.
Whose idea was it to come up with the Christkindlmarkt?
John Nelson's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good idea, John Nelson.
Yeah, he's got lots of good ideas.
Yeah, and I think that nobody anticipated it being as crowded as it was last year.
Oh my gosh. Well, we spent months planning the Christkindlmarkt, months and months and months. And some of us have been to Christkindlmarkts all over the world, so we had a lot of input and what it should be like, and tried to share that vision with the other members. And when the day, I'll never forget that first day, we all waited in our little booths and huts and buildings. The tables were set with cookies and cakes, and I wonder if anybody's going to come. And all of a sudden, a mass of people descended upon the market, and it didn't stop till late that night.
And didn't you guys run out of a lot of things? You had no idea what to expect.
No, it was just magical. And Annika, the spirit of that Christkindlmarkt was, everybody said it was a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, and wasn't it snowing nicely? And didn't it just was like the perfect...
Well, I don't know about nicely.
But it was snowing.
Snowing a lot.
But it wasn't windy, was it?
No, it wasn't windy. It was snowing a lot, and it just added to the ambiance.
That's what I thought, because
Yeah,
if it's snowing, it makes it even more Christmas-like.
Kids were sledding, making snowballs, playing. The Christkindlmarkt is a real family affair. But honestly, Christkindlmarkts have been around forever. They started in the medieval days, where people were allowed to come to a market and sell some wares so that you could buy things to tide you over for the winter. Mm-hmm. And eventually other vendors started coming, and basket makers and people that crafted things, and they were selling things, so it was great. And what I love is that it started out by trying to give the community something to hold them over for the winter. And here we're doing it in our little community, which, the artists, what business is like up here. It's a short season. Yes. Come Fall Fest, after that, we're all kind of wondering what we're going to do with ourselves. Yes. And we provide an opportunity for so many artists and vendors and people to come, and hotels, restaurants, everything's open. I mean, there's a spa in Sister Bay that was booked every weekend, full time. So it's bringing people in to enjoy our county off season, and it's just the best thing. I love it.
So talk about a little bit, when is it going to be, first of all? Let's get that right out there, because people are like, I wonder when this is going to be. Okay,
well, in European countries and all over the world, it's the whole month of December. It coincides with Advent. We felt that was a little much. We didn't think we could get our vendors to want to work all month. So
we need to get some J1 visas for that.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, that's true. So we start the weekend of Thanksgiving, and then the 2 following weekends after that. So it's Friday, Saturday, and then a shorter day on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for those of the people up here, there's not a ton of parking here. So in case it gets like, they're all down in Sister Bay and they hear about the Christkindlmarkt, how do you get up here? Like there are other options for them to park and ride?
This is the best part about it. Last year they parked wherever they could, and there was some problems with parking on the road, and we didn't want people to be crossing a road at night or when it was dark or icy or snowy. So this year we're having trolleys pick people up at 3 locations and at hotels, and we will pick them up and bring them back. And we've got charming, wonderful trolleys that they can ride in. It's just part of the Hallmark movie.
Yes. Those are the Door County trolleys, right?
Door County
Yep.
trolleys.
Yep.
Yes, perfect. And there'll be 3 major locations where they can park, and they don't have to worry about parking or driving or walking in the ice, anything like that. They can just come and enjoy themselves.
And then it's free, the trolley.
I believe it is free, yes.
Yeah.
The trolley's free, and really it's free to come here. You can just come and you can just look around, or you can visit the vendors in all their booths, or
Sure.
whatever you want to do.
Okay, and then talk about what's going to be here at the market. What should we expect?
Well, I have a big page of notes here because there's so
I
much.
know, I want to know everything.
It's like,
yeah.
well, there's so many vendors. We will have food.
So I'm going to
food.
stop you right there. Are there more vendors than last year because it was such a great turnout that you added more, or are you just going to keep it the same amount?
No, we don't. The grounds are historic, and we don't want to just become this mammoth, event.
So people can't just call you up and say, "Hey, I want to come
No.
in." Okay.
We have a
Can't
lot of.
call her up. It's already planned out.
We had a lot of vendors from last year and some new vendors to just keep it interesting.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of artists, a lot of galleries. We have an alpaca with the alpaca man making, clothes out of the wool. We've got a glass blower.
Ooh.
And lots of food. And it's just, I was a vendor in one of the buildings, and it was packed from 11 in the morning till 7 at night.
Okay, and I know you're a baker.
Yes.
Pipka makes great cake, people, and there's fika time all the time around
Yes.
Christmas, so you can load up on all kinds of bakery things,
Yes.
right? You have
Yes.
bakery things here?
I have bakery things in my booth, and this wonderful Anderson house where we're sitting in the kitchen, and this room will be filled, every countertop will be filled with home-baked goods that volunteers have made.
Oh,
There'll be a
wow.
big tree in the corner with gingerbread cookies. I mean, this whole house will look like the best Christmas you've ever been
So it's like coming to a great bake sale.
a great bake sale. And Santa will be here.
Oh, Santa's
Santa.
coming, everyone.
Yeah,
Behave.
yeah. Santa will be here, and we'll have trees with vintage ornaments that people can buy. I mean, there really is something for everyone.
That's so cool.
It is. It's really
I
fun.
get kind of mad because I won't maybe be here. They send me off to do the Osthoff and Oconomowoc markets for the German Christmas markets. But I'll have to come back early. We were sitting here at this table, and right away I said, "Hey, this is Rudy and Clara Bach's Dishes. There was a thing here." And talking about Christkindlmarkt, she would have loved it. My dad called her the Norwegian Flash.
Oh,
She was always
remember
involved
her
in something,
too,
but I love
yeah.
to see her things here. I just had to bring that up.
She always told me, like when I moved up here, she always told me that she was retired but inspired.
Oh, I
She said,
love
"I'm not
that.
retired, I'm inspired," which I thought was great.
Well, you know what I love about her too? She used to come in every Norwegian Independence Day, which happens to be my birthday, even though I'm Swedish.
Remember that, everybody.
Yeah, and she would wear a Viking helmet with braids and like this big Viking costume, and she would come in and sing the Norwegian Independence Day song to my dad. It would drive my dad crazy because he's a Swede.
fun. Yeah.
She liked to let us mock it in,
Oh.
Yeah, they had a love relationship though. Yeah.
Well, that's a part of our community that, it's a small area, it's a small community, and we all try to do what's good for everybody. I mean, this event is not just about vendors making money, it's about us giving back. We donate a lot of things to charities, a lot of our profits.
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay, so people can come here and buy from vendors, and the vendors take in their own money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you also do your own things through the Historical Society that you sell.
Yeah.
And then does the money go back to the Historical Society, or
Well,
most of it?
some of it, most of it, but we're always
Because
giving.
they have to fund this too. This is what makes
That's what we're doing this for,
right.
really.
I mean, this is a really neat place.
Yeah.
It needs upkeep too, and you're adding all the time, and things have to be taken care of, and
Yeah, and I think like we have Secret Santa that we always give to, and we have
and tell them what Secret Santa is. I like that.
Secret Santa is an organization that. Well, it's a secret. They give money.
Secret.
It's a secret.
There's always a secret, people.
That's what Christmas is about, secrets and surprises.
Well, I know when I go down to Brew, they have Secret Santa bucket there, and I always put it in there. And I know that they do good things for people in the community, kind of secretly.
Secretly, whether it's giving gifts or fuel for the
people
furnace,
who can't afford things.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a great community, but there's a lot of people that need help, and we want to do our share.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about, do you have any activities that the kids can get involved in here? Do you have games? Do you have anything like that?
Well, we have demonstrations. There's a glass blower.
Which is so cool.
In the blacksmith shop, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And he's actually outside, no matter what the weather is, blowing glass, and he blows Christmas trees and other things. And the kids love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
If there's snow, they love to run around and sleds and snowmen and just have really fun in the snow.
Kids.
We've got a choir coming from Gibraltar High School. The choir is going
really?
to be singing. The kids are coming to sing.
Wow.
And so part of that money will go for them as a fundraiser for their choir.
Right.
So I don't know, there was a lot of kids last year, and they were not bored. They'd come in and choose their ornaments or taste the food, or they just had a ball. I know some of the big Christkindlmarkets in Europe have Ferris wheels and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We don't really want to be like that. We want to be
a
the
fair.
small town, exquisite little Christkindlmarkt.
And have it like it used to be. It doesn't have to be modern. It's supposed to be older.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
With that, I was just going to talk about, you had for the kids, and then you have drinks.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, because we have a drink booth. We have a tent that we're displaying in. We have these vintage antique buildings that we're displaying in, and we also have some Christkindlmarkt booths that we've made. And our drink booth is our Glühwein booth, and we are having the best Glühwein in all of Sister Bay, made with our secret spice recipe.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. Hot chocolate.
It's another secret. The Glühwein is like a Swedish Glögg, but it's a German type Glögg.
Yeah.
And all Scandinavian countries have a type of Glögg.
Yeah.
They're all a little similar, except for the Mexican punche, which is a white Glögg.
That's
and served hot.
interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, the Glögg, the Glühwein, when we go to the Osthoff for their German Christmas market, we just happen to be right next door to the Glühwein booth with our little boots. And we just lean over and go, I need a refill. I need a refill. Yeah, it's a 10-day market too.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But
that's
the
a lot of
Glühwein
fun.
in a cold weather and an outdoor setting like this, it's served hot, right?
Mm-hmm. It's served hot, and we have our own mugs that people can buy, and every year we have a special Christkindlmarkt mug that they can collect.
Oh, awesome.
And that really goes in, I love what you mentioned about the Swedish heritage, because all the Christkindlmarkets around Europe and different parts of the world all have different foods, different wines, different drinks, different crafts, because they're representing their country.
Right.
So we're just representing our Swedish and German heritage up here.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a lot of it up here.
There is. There is.
What is the feedback? What have you gotten feedback from the last market? Good, positive, and negative?
I don't know of any negative.
So no negatives. So nobody come if you're bringing bad vibes. You're not allowed.
I don't think so. No, I mean, I would say that everything was very positive. Even on days when it was icy and snowing and cold, people just loved it. They came. We thought, I think the last weekend it was very cold and even windy, and we thought nobody's going to come. They came. They just came, and they were disappointed when we closed at 7 o'clock at night. They were here to just stay longer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So that's a good start. No
It's a
negative
great start.
feedback.
And they came from all over, and now we've heard people that are up here for the summer, we tell them about it, and they're like, well, I'm going to come back. And
yeah, and you know what? It's different in the winter. It's not the same. Not everybody's hustling and bustling and quick having to be here and there and everywhere at this time and this place, and it's just more laid back.
That's such a good point. It really is.
It's, there's not a lot of daylight in the winter. I mean, it's dark still at 8, and then it's dark at 4. But it's still really nice.
And then our thousands of lights on the buildings.
Yes, that's what makes it so cool, because everybody
so
decorates for Christmas, and it looks so Christmas-like up here. It just looks so happy and festive, I think.
Every one of our buildings is covered with lights and outlined in lights, and it's just magical. If you're driving by, you stop the car and say, "What is happening here?
Yeah,
this is
people
amazing."
probably trip on you and say, "What's going on over there? We have to go. A party."
Yeah, and we have vendors that sell Christmas ornaments. 'Tis the season. We've got vendors that are selling art. Woodwalk Gallery, Frickman Gallery. Several galleries are here with beautiful items.
So they can look for Christmas presents.
Oh, yeah. This isn't just food and wine.
Right.
This is definitely.
You guys can do your Christmas shopping right here.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
Bring money.
Bring money. Yes. Bring money and support everything. That they do for the community.
Yeah.
Music. Is there? Besides the choir, is there going to be any music?
Well, there usually is music. Last year we had. What did we have? We had a sound system, and we had Christmas carols playing all day. But this year we've got all these wonderful kids from the school coming, which should be really great. So I think it will be really nice.
But no live bands or anything like that?
Well, we do have a band from Gibraltar too.
Oh, they're coming too?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
See, that's...
And fire pits, so you can sit around the fire pit on tree stumps and just get all warm and cozy. And yeah.
What else? Talk to me about some other things. I'm not asking the right questions.
Oh, you are. We have a gift wrap booth this year, so if you buy something.
That's the best. I used to go to the mall with my mom and dad Christmas shopping when we were little kids, and they had a special area where you go to with all your things, and they would Christmas wrap everything so your parents couldn't see what you picked out for Christmas.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, how nice is that? Right here doing that.
Well, in this Christmas wrap booth, it's all done by volunteers, and the volunteers are then giving the proceeds to their charity of their choice.
That's
so
awesome.
Again, it's about giving back.
That's so awesome. My friend that owns the Irish shop, she did a little fundraiser one year, and it was called A Bow for Bo.
Oh.
So my son's name is Bo, for those of you that don't know, and he died of cancer, but she wanted to do a little mini fundraiser, and so she did you could bring your Christmas presents there and get them wrapped as a donation, and then she donated it to the Go Bo Foundation.
Oh, that's great.
So so that was pretty cool, and it was called A Bow for Bo, and everybody went there that didn't feel like wrapping their Christmas presents.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, I like wrapping Christmas presents.
Well, I do too.
Yeah.
But I love that it's giving back, because Christmas isn't just about getting, it's about giving.
Well, I don't know if everybody knows this, but Pipka is quite the artist herself. So she had Pipka's gallery down in Sister Bay, which now is Goose and Twigs, and I think the spa is called
Glow.
Glow. Thank you. Yes, my friends at Glow there. So so there's different things down there, but you still bake and you still make your little cakes that you had in your store for Goose and Twigs, and you're going to be selling it here at the Christkindlmarkt.
Yes.
And that's super traditional.
Yes.
What do you call the bread?
I call it my almond cake.
Yeah, it's made in like a pan that looks like ribs. Like a real thin pan. We sell them at Al's.
Yeah.
And it's a very traditional, simple cake.
Yeah.
And you bake. You even sold the little
cake mix?
Yeah.
Cake mix.
Cakelet
book. It's simple, and I'm glad you said that. It's simple, and it looks like it's just a simple cake, but the minute you taste it, it's like...
And you can do different flavorings. Like my mom calls it my mom calls it a Sunday cake.
Oh.
It's like 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of this. It's just 2, 2, 2. She said it's super easy to remember.
Like a pound cake
2
almost.
eggs, blah, blah, blah. And you can add orange flavoring if you want. You can add almond flavoring if you want. Vanilla. You can do rum. I mean, it's so many. It's such simple, yummy, moist base.
Yeah,
cake.
I've written a cookbook about it because with that one basic recipe, you can make 40 different cakes.
You
just
have
by
to come and try
adding.
Pipka's cakes. They're
It's-
delicious.
it's good.
Great with coffee and glögg.
Yeah.
Perfect for the holidays. Yeah, and great to bring to your friends.
Well, you can freeze it for 4
Yeah.
months. So
Yeah,
you can start baking now and
I know that. Every time I go to my mom's house and open up the freezer, I can't even put anything else in there because it's full of bakery goods that
I
are
love it.
frozen. All Swedes and Europeans know
yes, exactly.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's cakes, and then well, as I said, the volunteers bring all their pastries here, and there's food in the barn. Our Kessel barn is going to be all the food vendors.
Oh, wow.
And they've got hot food, sausages, the worst sausage. What was the name of his truck? But he's selling all sausages. He's a weenie man, and he's renamed his worst man for the.
That's the best because I buy for Al's in the boutique, the old boutique, and I just picked up a book called The Worst.
Oh.
And it's just this fork sticking up in the air with
a sausage.
Yeah, on it, and it's called The Worst. It's the best name for the book.
It
and
is.
I thought, well, I gotta try that. I know it's a German book and we're a Swedish restaurant, but whatever. I got 4 books because they're hardcover.
Oh, yeah.
They sold out the first day.
Yeah, that's
So I had to order 12 more, and I think I only have 2 left, and I only got them like last week. So everybody loves the sausage. So many things you can do with that worst.
And part of the Christkindlmarkt all over the country in Northern Europe is that you've got to eat your sausage while you're shopping.
Yeah.
Food in one hand, gifts in one, kids towing behind, and
potato sausages and bratwursts and all that good stuff.
But we also have a candy man, a popcorn man, a nut man. I mean, we've got just, you won't go hungry if you come here. You won't need to go out for lunch.
Yeah, don't eat before you come.
Exactly.
You have to come here and eat and drink. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you have hot chocolate for the kids, ciders, things like that. They can have hot drinks too.
Absolutely. There's something for everybody.
Okay.
But mostly it's the great atmosphere.
Well, what are the hours again?
They are Friday after Thanksgiving from 11 to 7, Saturday from 11 to 7, and Sunday 11 to 3.
Okay.
And
then where can they get more information if they're out there now, like in Texas going, what? I gotta look this up.
Come see us from Texas. Sister Bay Historical Society has got all the information, / Christkindlmarkt. You'll see pictures of last year's, and you'll get all the information that you need.
Perfect. Well, you know what? This is so awesome. I love this place. Of course, before when Bill was setting up, I have to run around taking pictures of every single thing in here because I love history. I love how they set things up here. I don't always get to come up here, but it's great when I get to come up here and no one's here because then you can creep around and look at all these things.
Yeah.
I found a really good Swedish cookbook in the kitchen over here.
You're gonna have to have your mother translate
it's all
for
in Swedish,
us.
so I took a whole bunch of pictures and I'm going to print it out and give it to my cousins in Sweden. They'll love it.
Yeah, it's great.
And my mom,
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Pipka.
Oh,
Everybody
Annika.
should come to the Christkindlmarkt, and if you need to look up that information, Pipka gave it to you, and you won't be sorry because all I heard was good things about it too.
Yeah.
So I have to try to sneak over here and not be pushed away from Door County when this time comes.
Well, and I want to tell people that Annika's a person that would always give me a free dessert when I walked into Al's.
Of course, we dessert eaters need to stick together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You and I are probably the only ones that ever order a dessert after dinner, and everybody goes, "Can I have a bite?" And I'm like, "Nope."
I don't share dessert.
Nope, but Pipka can if I can have a bite of Pipka's. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for another Door County Girl episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom of the page. And please come to the Christkindlmarkt because it's wonderful.
See you there.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.